Hi Gemini, welcome to June. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy. So this month, I think I'm going to do a general reading for this month because of the eclipses. I think there's going to be a lot of changes. So it could be love or career or money. I'm going to do a reading on what comes up, what's coming up. What are the eclipses going to bring for Gemini? We have a full moon eclipse in Sagittarius. That falls in your 7th house of partnership. And then we have a new moon, and that's on June 5th. And then we have a new moon eclipse, a solar eclipse on the 21st, which is the same. It's on the same day as the solstice. So it's very powerful new beginnings this month. And plus, Venus goes direct, and then Mercury goes retrograde. And Neptune goes retrograde. We have a lot of crazy energy this month. So I'm going to just leave it up to the cards to see what's important for you this month in light of all these changes. So what does Gemini need to know? What will the eclipses bring for Gemini in the month of June? What will the eclipses bring for Gemini? What changes are coming? And new beginnings. What does Gemini need to know for the month of June 2020? What is happening for Gemini? For June 2020. The 6 of Cups, the 2 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, the 2 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, the 9 of Wands, the 6 of Swords, the Justice, the Fool, and the Knight of Swords. Okay. So the 6 of Cups, this is a card of healing from the past and learning from the past and moving forward with those lessons, taking those lessons into the future so that you can make you're moving into a brighter time. I can tell you right now. You have the 2 of Swords, 2 of Wands here. This is a card of waiting. There's a potential partnership, and it could be a business partnership. And you may even be reconnecting with people from the past, people that you've worked with in the past. And you're contemplating the future of this partnership. You're wondering where it's going to go. Sometimes with the 6 of Cups, it can bring people back from the past. And someone might be offering you an opportunity. So you're going to be networking in June. Something that you thought you were done with may come back to be dealt with again. But in a good way. I feel like you're going to resolve something. You're going to solve a problem or resolve something that was maybe left open, that you needed closure. And you're going to start to move into a new cycle. So it's going to be a successful completion of something, especially at the full moon. You have the 8 of Swords in the past. So you might have felt trapped or stuck. Afraid to move out of a situation that wasn't really working for you. You may have felt too restricted. Like, I can't do what I want to do. I feel trapped, or I'm afraid to move out of my situation. And you were juggling a lot with the 2 of Pentacles. You might have been working 2 jobs, juggling 2 situations, and all the while pretending that everything was okay. But you were not happy in this situation. You felt like your options were limited and you were just stuck in there. So it could have been a job that wasn't really perfect for you, but it paid the bills and you really had nowhere else to go. So you just kind of dealt with it, all the while just surviving, just struggling. This is a card of laughing on the outside, crying on the inside. So you're telling everybody, yeah, I'm fine, everything's good, but you knew you didn't really want to be where you were, and you wanted to move into something better. But you felt like your options were limited, or you were just afraid to take that step. Now, coming up in the future, you have the Ten of Cups. This is a card of love, family, feeling supported. You have the potential to have that. Either you have a lot of support around you, family is there for you, so whatever you've been struggling with, you're not alone. You just need to reach out to the people around you. But you can achieve this goal if your goal is to have a happy family life and to feel secure, to find a love that lasts. You can achieve that goal. It's in the wings. This is a card of energy that's just being developed now. So maybe you reconnect with someone from the past. It could even be a relationship. If it's not a career situation, it could be a relationship from the past. And you decide to try again. Maybe wipe the slate clean and start over. Maybe you've learned lessons. You've both gone through different experiences, and you've learned lessons from the past, and you're deciding, and you're thinking about, well, let's try again, and maybe we can make it work this time. The Nine of Wands is a card of something that you thought you were done with, some struggle that you thought, well, okay, I'm done with that struggle, I don't have to deal with that anymore. It may come back to be revisited. But I think you can solve it this time. I really feel like it could be a relationship that comes back in, and you that needed some type of closure. This sometimes comes up where you feel like you're defending yourself, like you're struggling. You're having to stand up for your rights. You have to fight for what you want. Maybe in the past you kind of gave in and didn't stand up for what you wanted, or didn't defend yourself properly. You may have one more round in some type of negotiation or some type of battle where you're trying to get something accomplished. Because this is a card of working toward a goal, but it's been a struggle. And you're thinking about giving up. Maybe it's been, you feel like, I'm just tired of the struggle. I'm just so tired. I just want to, walk away, give up everything and walk away. This is a card that says don't give up. You're really close to achieving your goal. And especially if that goal is one of love and security, if you've been struggling in a relationship, you can make it work. Don't give up. You have the Six of Swords here. This is a card of moving away from sorrow, moving into a greater harmony, moving away from a difficult, troubling time, so things are going to get brighter. Things are going to get better. You might have been struggling with something in a relationship, maybe even a legal situation, because you have the Justice card here. And so that will be resolved. If you've been fighting with someone over some legal situation, I feel like you may have one more battle before it's all over, but you are going to negotiate, and a fair decision will be made. Justice card represents a favorable outcome that's fair to both parties. So if you're in the process of leaving a relationship, there's going to be some type of resolution, and you're going to be free then to follow this new path. You have this Fool card here. This is putting you in a brand new situation. It's like you want to start over. You want a new life. You want a new start. You're tired of, feeling trapped and stuck. And you're feeling anxious because you have this Knight of Swords energy. This is like, I want to just jump in. Something's coming up that's going to allow you to jump into something. And you're going to feel like just making a quick departure. This is a card of quick energy. It could be that you're dealing with someone like this. It could be an air sign, another air sign like yourself. But I feel like it's your energy, like you're just anxious to have a new start. You want to wrap things up, you want to finish the old, and you want to move on to this new cycle. And you're going to have that opportunity. But I feel also with the Six of Swords that there needs to be some conversation that takes place, some communication, before you can get to this place of justice. You may need to discuss something with someone. You might need to negotiate in June. But I think there's going to be a fair outcome. Justice card is also a card of karma. So it's like whatever you've been putting out there, you're going to get back your reward. So don't think that your struggle is in vain. Don't think that all the hard work you've been doing is not going to pay off, because with this card you're kind of waiting to see, okay, I've been working, It could be a work project and you're not sure where it's going and will I ever get the reward, or if you've been looking for a new job, or even a new relationship or a new beginning in some area of your life, but you haven't been seeing results and you're feeling like, well, maybe I should just give up. Maybe I'm never going to achieve my goal. I think that you are going to achieve a goal. You are going to be on a new path with this Fool card. And it's going to happen quickly, and you're going to have to take action. Because this is a card of quick arrival, quick departure. So you may just get this opportunity out of the blue, and you have to act on it, and you'll just be leaving something behind very quickly. You're going to be like, I'm out of here. I'm moving on in this new thing. And it could be because of the people that you're connecting with. Especially because Mercury, when it goes retrograde, sometimes can bring people back from the past. And if you're connecting with people from the past, that's a good thing. You can do that with a Mercury retrograde. It's only if you're starting something brand new with someone that you need to be careful. So if you're reconnecting with like people you used to work with or an old lover, it's very auspicious. You can have a new start. You can turn over a page and have a new beginning, because you both you've learned your lesson from the past. So you're not going to make the same mistakes that you made in the past. So you're on this new cycle. So let's see what the astrology says. So the full moon in Sagittarius is happening in your 7th house. So and the sun and Venus are in your 1st house. So I wouldn't be surprised if this would be a new relationship. So you could be ending, because the full moon brings things to completion. So something could be ending or culminating. You're seeing the truth about something, because Sagittarius brings the truth. And you have the sun and Venus in your 1st house. So Venus in the 1st house, you're very charming. When Venus crosses your ascendant, it usually brings the opportunity for a new love. So you could be starting a new relationship in June. So you could be ending one relationship, getting out of one thing, and moving into a new cycle, a brand new relationship. The only thing that's affecting this full moon is Mars. Mars is squaring the moon and the sun from your 10th house. So there could be some conflicts at work, or you might be really busy at work. You might have a lot going on at work that you can't really enjoy this new beginning. Or you're like, you're wanting to start this new cycle, but you have to wrap a lot of stuff up. You have to finish some things. So there could be a lot of loose ends that you have to clean up or finish up before you can move into this new cycle. So that could be stopping you from enjoying it could be because it's a square, so there's a little tension there. Mars is also, it could also mean that you're wanting to take action in your career. You're wanting to change your status, because the 10th house is the house of status. So you could be really anxious to start a new role in a career. There could be a new job coming up, and you really want to, you can't wait to start it. But there could be tension, because there could be some loose ends that you have to complete before you move into the new cycle. Mercury is in your 2nd house, and it's going to go retrograde, but it's sextiling Uranus in the 12th house. So you've been doing a lot of... Uranus in the 12th house is helping you to clear out the garbage, Clear out whatever's been holding you back. It's preparing you for a new beginning. When Uranus moves out of Taurus and moves into Gemini, you're really going to feel like making some major changes in your life and how you're seen in the world. But for now, Uranus is clearing out past karma. It's helping you to finish up old projects, getting rid of past karma. And Mercury sextile Mercury's in your 2nd house, so you could be negotiating some type of financial contract, some type of agreement. And it could be something that's behind the scenes. Like, it may not be visible. Like, you might be working behind the scenes, negotiating a new position or salary. Now, you have Pluto and Jupiter in the 8th house. So that's positive if you're looking for financial support. If you're waiting for some kind of financial payout, some kind of loan from a bank or a grant fund, it can bring... you're dealing with powerful people that have a lot of money that can help support your goals. So you could be negotiating something that has to do with finances from behind the scenes. And that could be part of this new cycle that's coming in. So then we have the new moon, the solar eclipse in Cancer. And that's happening in your second house at the end of the month, on June 21st, which is the same as the solstice. So this new moon at the solstice, it's very powerful, because these the times of the seasons, we have the solstice, the equinox, and all that. They're like cardinal points in the zodiac, and so they mean brand new cycles, and they're very powerful cycles. So you are really starting a brand new cycle. You could be starting a new job that brings you in more money, because it's in your second house of finances, money, self-worth, what you value. So you could be making new beginning, like thinking, you know what, I'm not making enough. I've been settling for too little. And now I have an opportunity to move into a situation where I am truly valued, where I can really feel good about myself, and I can bring in more money to support myself, because the second house is about survival. But it's also about values. Like your values are changing. What you think of yourself, what's important to you. You're on a new path. At this new moon, you have Saturn in the 9th house, and it's making an inconjunct aspect. So Saturn, there could be, before you move into this new position, there might be some things, you might be up against a conservative group of people. And you may have to negotiate with people, like it could be a school or a hospital or an institution of learning, because the 9th house is higher education. It could be government. It's also about your belief system. It's about foreign countries. So you could be working with a company that has a global reach. You could be working with a company that's involved with teaching, learning. It could be government, training. Or it could even be have to do with your belief system. So maybe your belief system is changing, or what you're trying to do is in conflict with what you've been taught to believe. And so your views are changing in the world. Mercury is going to be, it's in your second house now. It's going to be retrograding through your second house. And it's going to be trining Neptune in your 10th house. So Neptune in the 10th, I feel like you've been it could work two ways. Either you've been confused about your life path and you're wanting to make a change because you feel like the work that you're doing isn't really speaking to who you are, or you want to create, you're focused on something that is like humanitarian, something where you want to help others. You want to do work that helps some people less fortunate. And so, because Neptune relates to healing, it relates to, social work, it relates to music, creativity. So some of you may be wanting to do something that involves art or creativity, music, film, dance, creative writing. And Mercury in the second, Mercury is about communication and writing. So maybe you're thinking about writing a book. Maybe you're thinking about starting some creative project. It could be a side project that really speaks to who you are. And with Mercury trining Neptune, you may, plus it's retrograding, you might go back to something that you put on the back burner. Maybe you started something and you just kind of let it go. And now you're going to go back to it and finish it. And it's going to bring you a lot of joy. If you're doing something creative, that's the best way to use the Neptune energy. If you're doing something that's helping others. Any other time, you want to be careful that you're seeing things clearly, because Neptune can sometimes bring confusion and idealization. Like you may have this dream, like, yeah, I can, become a rock star, and you want to make sure that you're seeing things realistically. I mean, you may have a lot of talent, and people make it. But you also want to make sure that you have a grip on reality, because Neptune can bring confusion. Now, at the same time, Mars is going to be at this new moon. Mars is going to be in Pisces, sextiling Jupiter and Pluto in your 8th house. So you're really going to be taking action and changing your status in some way. So if you're in a career where you haven't been happy, or you feel like it hasn't been a good fit, I feel like at this new moon, you're going to take action to get on the right path. You're not going to put up with, just juggling things and feeling stuck. You're going to take action to get you where you want to be. You're ready for change. You're ready for some fresh air. And so if some opportunity comes up, you're going to grab it. And you're going to be working really hard to manifest that goal, that career goal, and that change in status. So it could be like, for some of you, like the 10th house, most of the times it's your life path, your status in the world, how people are, see you. It could also be relationship changes too. Sometimes people get divorced when things happen in the 10th house, or get married. So you could be changing relationships, especially since the full moon is happening in your 7th house. There could be relationship changes, and so one relationship ends, a new one begins, or one career path ends and you start a new one. Whatever is coming, though, it's going to bring you a lot of happiness and joy, because you have the 10 of Cups here. So you are coming out of a dark time, and you are moving towards something that's going to it's going to bring you greater harmony and more balance in your life. It's something that you're going to really feel is a better fit for you. So don't be afraid of the changes. Don't stay stuck where you don't feel happy. Get ready for this new beginning. And if you are, I feel like you could be negotiating with people from the past, or connecting with people from the past. If you're connecting with new people and Mercury is retrograde, just be careful and make sure that you're getting all the details, that you're not just signing on the dotted line because you're so anxious for change. You want to make sure that you're going to get what's promised to you. That's the only caution I have, because Mercury, when it retrogrades, if you're starting a new job, you want to make sure that, because things may just change down the road, so you want to make sure you know that you get the facts. Other than that, though, I think you are on a new cycle that's going to be kind of like a karmic reward for everything that you've struggled through recently. I feel like you've been through a lot, and you've made a lot of changes, and things are just going to come to conclusion this month, and you'll be free to start a new path. So you're coming to a brighter time and a new cycle that I think you're going to be happy with. So that's my forecast, Gemini, for June. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was a help to you. If it was, please like or subscribe. Click on the like button. Leave a comment. If you're new, welcome. If you'd like a private reading that goes into your personal situation in greater detail, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website, and we'll get you on the schedule. In the meantime, thank you everyone who has been supporting my channel with likes and subscribes and shares, and those who have ordered readings. I've enjoyed meeting and working with all of you. And also, have a happy birthday in June. If your birthday is in June, Gemini, happy birthday, and I hope this new beginning brings you a lot of joy and happiness. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.